Hello, family, and Happy New Year to you and your family. May God bless each and every single one of you. And my family, Prince William begins the new year doing what is always done best, leaking stories about Prince Harry, leaking his fear of Prince Harry's memoir, Spare, coming out on January the 10th. And as you all know, the world is eagerly awaiting for Prince Harry's memoir, Spare. And so clearly is Prince William. After how he was portrayed in the Harry and Meghan documentary, after Harry and Meghan showed William the person responsible for bullying them to the entire world, William is clearly afraid of what Harry and Meghan, might possibly say even more. What Harry might say in his memoir, Spare, coming out on January 10th. And now that we are in the new year, this month is clearly the month the royal family will be dreading. More than ever before, this is the month they will be dreading 100%. And my family, something happened, on CNN ahead of, in the new year, basically. Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen talked about, in 60 Minutes, about what they were looking forward to. And Andy Cohen on CNN said that, I'm going to be watching the one on the 9th. It is widely speculated that Prince Harry will be speaking to Anderson Cooper ahead of the release of his memoir, Spare. So my family, I want you to hear this clip kindly about what happened in CNN, my family. Please hear this.
I see some of them. I'm going to be watching the one on the 9th, a week from Sunday.
I'm going to be watching the one on the 9th, a week from Sunday, he says. A week from Sunday, he says. I'm going to be watching the one on the 9th, a week from Sunday. Actually, Sunday will be the 8th. But I think that we can all clearly see the signs that Prince Harry might be having, an interview with Anderson Cooper on basically any time from now. So let's keep watching and just waiting. And one person has gone to the Sunday Times to express his discontent, his unhappiness, his fear of what Harry might say even more about him. And so this is the report from Sunday Times, which we do know that members of the royal family leak stories too. And my family, first of all, to those saying that Harry talked about the royal family, those saying about that, why is it okay for Prince William to issue a statement against Meghan Markle, in court, authorizing his employee to issue a statement against Meghan Markle? Why is it okay for William to leak stories to the Sunday Times or UK tabloids, but it's not okay when Harry and Meghan do a documentary refuting the lies that have constantly been told about them? Like, oh look, Harry and Meghan blindsided the Queen, like the media reported. Yet even in the Queen's statement, she said it was months of talk, months of conversation. Everybody knew, but tabloids, oh, Harry blindsided the Queen. Yet Harry has always maintained that he had so much respect for the late Queen Elizabeth II. Even in the documentary, he said it himself. I have so much respect for my grandmother, Queen Elizabeth. Harry said those words. The personal and emotional memoir follows the release of Harry and Meghan's documentaries on Netflix last month. And Harry is picking up. Harry is talking. And William is afraid. And Harry and Meghan are right to speak up. This personal and emotional memoir, which has been ghostwritten by Pulitzer Prize winner J.R. Moringa, will be released by Penguin Random House on 10th of January. So clearly, William is counting the days right now. William is counting the days. The day that people get to know more about him. If you're someone who's a bully, you don't want people to find out what you've done. Especially someone who throughout his entire life has always been protected by the tabloids and the palace. Throughout all of his life, someone like Prince William. So when someone like Harry, has escaped his grip, the spear has escaped, he will undoubtedly be concerned, afraid of what Prince Harry might say. Now, my family, hear this, because a source which we know comes from the royal family. Who else other than William, through his communication secretary, Lee Thompson? Who else? We know exactly where this comes from. The source told Sunday Times that while King Charles comes out of the Harry and Meghan documentary better than they had expected, the same cannot be said for the Prince of Wales, Prince William. They explain, and I quote, "Generally, I think the book will be worse for them than the royal family is expecting. Everything is laid bare. Charles comes out of it better than I had expected, but it's tough on William in particular, and even Kate gets a bit of a broadside." The source told the Times, which we know is Prince William, leaking to the Sunday Times. In the Harry and Meghan documentary, released last month, Prince Harry said that William screamed and shouted at him after a row broke out during the Sandringham summit. Before, when Harry and Meghan were stepping down as senior members of the royal family, when the royal family waited for Meghan to leave for them to speak to Prince Harry, my family. Now, why would they do that? Even Meghan said that, even Harry himself said that, he got the feeling that they waited for her to leave, for Meghan to leave first of all, so that they could speak to him, so they could schedule a meeting. I'm telling you one thing. This signals that the farm clearly shows is exactly the message that tabloids spread every single day. The message that Prince Harry is somehow being controlled, manipulated by his wife, controlled by his wife. And if somehow Meghan leaves, somehow we can gain back control of Prince Harry. The fact is, Prince Harry said that he saw what he saw, the abuse of his wife Meghan, and he made the decision based on what he had seen. Prince Harry's words in the interview with Tom Bradbury, he said that if you knew what I knew, you'll be doing the same thing that I'm doing right now. My family, he knew what was happening to his wife. He knew what they were doing, my family. And every single thing that tabloids do to Harry and Meghan, the attacks, make no mistake where it comes from. It comes from the royal family. It comes from the royal household. And that's why they can't condemn anything. My family, look at this, for instance. Yesterday, I saw something. It was based on, royal family from a different country. Now, King Harold condemned racism towards his future son-in-law, Durek Verrett. King Harold condemned racism against his future son-in-law, Durek Verrett, a black man. My family, they live in the US right now. And a king can actually condemn racism against his son-in-law. You know, he can actually do that. Yet King Charles keeps his mouth shut while Meghan is abused, insulted, targeted with hate. They keep quiet. Yet some people call this, a family that people should look up to. If the King of Norway can condemn racism against his future son-in-law, Durek Verret, then why can't Charles do the same thing for his daughter-in-law, Meghan Markle? If the King of Netherlands can condemn racism against his future son-in-law, Durek Verret, why can't Charles do the same thing? Because they are full of it. The UK royal family is full of racism. And they aren't being tried to hide it, to be subtle or hide it. They openly show exactly what they're doing. They openly showcase their racism. In public, wherever they go, they keep showing it. Like what, Camilla showed a couple of, weeks ago, holding a black girl, not by a arm, but by a sleeve, like what Camilla showed all of us. King Charles online, look it up, skipping a black man, after greeting people during his walkabout after the Queen passed away. They are full of it. And so is Prince William as well, who also said in public for everybody, in front of every single person, time and time again, whereby he said that, he blamed the African population. He blamed me, as an African, saying that population growth, the growth of population in Africa, is putting pressure on wildlife. Yes, that's what William said. The growth of population in Africa is putting enormous pressure on wildlife. That is what he said. He said that while expecting his third child at the time, Louis, they are full of it. Full of so much racism. Full of it. Each and every single one of them. And that's why they can't condemn abuse or racism towards Meghan Markle from the press, from the tabloids. That's why. My family. And William should know that what he has done to Prince Harry will come back right towards him. The pain that he has caused to Harry by lying about him will come back right to him. He will face accountability for his actions, and that day will come. He feels protected because he is by the palace, by the tabloid media. That's why he feels like he can do anything that he wants and just get away with it. Not any more, William. Not any more. Prince Harry and Meghan have the power to speak up and correct the lies that have been told about them by Prince William, by the royal family, just to protect William, my family. And William should know one thing. His relationship with Harry is broken due to his own actions, due to William's own actions. That's why his relationship with Harry is broken. I remember a time whereby William told something also to the Sunday Times once again. So you know where these stories come from. William said to the Sunday Times a couple of weeks back, years back, he said, I've put my hands across my brother all my life. I can't do it anymore. Who do you think was blamed after William said what he said? Obviously, Meghan. So he knew why he was saying that. He knew it. So my family, was William supposed to be, someone whom Harry follows all his life without pursuing a future of his own, a life of his own. Because apparently, that is what William thought Harry should be doing. Following him around all his life, being the scapegoat. I feel like what we are seeing from William is someone who's beginning to feel what it's like, the heat of what it's like to not have Harry around, to not having the spare around. I feel like William is feeling the heat of not having Prince Harry around. When you lose a spare, when you lose someone you've used as a scapegoat, it is bound to take a huge toll on you. My family, bound to take a huge toll on you. Because all of his life, deals have been made to protect William, but never have they been made to protect Harry. As Harry said that, what the press officers do is the tabloids come with them with a story about the principal. Let's say William. For instance, let me use an example. Prince William allegedly had an affair with Rose Hanbury. And then somebody comes to you with a paper, more like a paper, a document, and said, I have this story, and this is my evidence of what William did to Kay Moulton. So the party says that, okay, listen, put that away. Tell me what you want. Listen, I'm going to give you this story about Harry and Meghan. In exchange, you make, that story about William having this alleged affairs go away. That's how things work, in the press offices. As Harry even said that the press offices, they try to outdo each other. And say that that's why I'm living in a different country. Why? Because Prince Harry refused to be someone who played the game of leaking and briefing, planting stories against other family members. Harry refused that. Harry refused to play the game that killed his late mother. In the infamous briefing wars that happened between Charles and late Diana. Harry refused that. And he and William promised each other that never shall what happened in the days of Diana happen to us. The leaking, planting of stories, pitting offices against each other. Never shall it happen. But when Harry fell in love with a mixed black woman, it happened frequently. It happened a lot of times. William fed the press with stories. Oh, I have put my arms around my brother all my life. I can't do that anymore. The tabloids blamed it on their target, Meghan Markle. That's what they did. Have you ever wondered why the media is so hell-bent on, trying to smear Meghan by painting her as, someone who's complaining a lot? Oh, look, in the Harry and Meghan documentary, look what's going to happen. Meghan is going to talk about what they did to her. Oh, she's a victim. Why do you think they like to do that time and time again? First of all, to negate her experiences. To undermine what she went through in the royal family, within the royal family, what they did to her. It's also them trying to silence Meghan Markle, to keep her quiet, so that she doesn't share her experiences. Or if she does, people don't believe what she says. Or people don't tune in to listen to what she has to say. And the fact is, my family, a lot of harm was caused and continues to be caused by the royal family in its constant hate and smear campaign against Meghan Markle. A lot of harm continues to be caused with the constant lying and briefing by William that keeps on happening, my family. And it's high time that it comes to an end. Like these briefings. Oh, William, I have put my arms out of my brother. I can't do that anymore. What he did that on purpose. He did that intentionally. That is what William did. Once again, to get Meghan attacked. I feel like, in those what I saw, that was a sign that he did indeed have a problem with Meghan Markle, because he was losing the spare. Because William, in my opinion, from what I've seen, even Harry himself said that, when he went to school, in his first 8 days of school, he thought that his big brother would protect him, but William just ignored him. That's how William was trained from a young age, and that's why he feels nothing right now, no emotions, nothing right now with what he's constantly doing to his brother and his in-law Meghan. The constant, briefing, the constant sending out Jason North to issue a statement against Meghan Markle in court, like what he did. Those briefings, my family, were done intentionally. A sign of William, feeling angry that at losing someone who was smeared so that he can be protected. My family. So in reality, these people, once again, have never been a family. They have always been a farm. So my family, William should stop leaking stories against Meghan Markle. He should stop. Stop leaking against Meghan Markle. Once and for all. He did something wrong, and it's high time for once in his life he faces accountability for his actions. He has never faced any accountability. Never. Never. William has never. Because he has always been protected. And now that he's about to face even the remote accountability, right now he's concerned. Right now he's worried about what, Harry might say in his memoir spare. He's concerned, he's afraid, in fear of Harry's memoir spare, of what Harry, the scapegoat, the spare, might say about him. Make no mistake, he is very much afraid. So my family, I can't wait to hear what Prince Harry has in store for us in his memoir titled Spare, my family. And there are rumors going on that Meghan is also doing her own memoir. I say I hope so. I hope so. I hope so. Many people have cashed in on Meghan Markle. They have bragged about the money they make from talking about Meghan Markle. It's high time the person that has been exploited by tabloids, on social media, uses our own voice to speak up, tell the truth of what she's had to endure at the hands of the tabloid media and also at the hands of the royal family. It's high time, my family, that we get to hear not just from Harry, but also from Meghan through her memoir, Spare. I remember that, once, Meghan said, I think it was an article, that she went back to Frogmore Cottage, and then she saw, oh look, that's where I used to write my journals. Like everything was just in place, how they left it. And then the media were like, oh, guess what? It's a threat to the royal family. Meghan was taking notes, and that's why I feel like I'm hoping that Meghan also writes her own memoir. I am hoping, because there are so many memoirs out there about Meghan, about Harry, but none actually have been written by either Harry or Meghan. It's high time we get a memoir from Meghan Markle. It's high time we get a memoir which is coming out from Prince Harry on January 10th. And if William is so worried about looking bad, he should have stopped what he was doing against Harry and Meghan. Harry and Meghan have reached a limit with William. They have reached a limit. And every single person knows that. The person who authorized his employee to issue a statement against Meghan Markle should answer for the pain that has been caused to both Harry and Meghan. Harry and Meghan lost a child. Did William care? William did not. So it's high time that he answers for the pain that he has caused once and for all. A pain that we saw manifest, my family, in the Harry and Meghan documentary. You know, about William's target. His target is Meghan Markle. My family, hear this please, kindly.
Just about to go to the Court of Appeal, a senior member of the Duke of Cambridge's team came forward to give this witness statement, which wasn't required. And sadly, there's just no way he could have done that without the authority of his bosses.
Mail on Sunday was arguing all the way through this that actually this letter wasn't private because she shared a draft with her former press secretary and she shared some text messages with him. Even during the course of those text messages, Meghan said, obviously everything I have drafted is with the understanding that it could leak.
How do we deal with it?
But so how do we deal with that? Like, how on earth, like,
He works for his mother. Like,
I know. It's your
My family, Mandana Danny said what we all thought. He works for his brother. He works for his brother. Meghan replied, yes, I know. Yes, I know. My family, William is afraid, in fear of what more can be said about him. Because he clearly realizes that Harry and Meghan now have the power to speak up. You know, tell a person that Harry and Meghan were being abused by the royal family. Take away the money, security. They were being abused. To put them in a place whereby they have no choice but for Harry to come back alone without his wife, without his son. I'm pleading with William to come back to be the scapegoat, to come back to live a miserable life. Because make no mistake, that's what they want for Harry. I've had talks even from the kind of so-called expert that, King Charles wants his son back, wants Harry back. Harry will be welcome back. I've heard that talk many, many times. Does William, who is described by tabloid media as always being incandescent with rage, sound to you like someone who is a forgiving person? Ever? As someone who wants you, who will ever forgive someone who stands up to him? Does William sound like that kind of person? The answer, my family, is no. William is not that kind of person. My family, so when they say that they want make Harry back, it's to finish the job of destroying the spare. Because that has always been the destiny of spares. And the thing is, they are mad that this time, with Harry, clearly things aren't working. Their smear campaign against Harry and Meghan isn't working. People want to work with Harry and Meghan. Spotify, Netflix. Anyone good with morals wants to associate with Harry and Meghan. Beyonce is a friend of Harry and Meghan. It tells you why they'll be angry. Why someone would be upset. It tells you why the royal family, want Harry back. Because they haven't finished the job. Because it's not working. It isn't. And they have tried so hard to separate a husband from his wife, a father from the children. And time and time again, they have failed. And they'll continue to fail. Family, continue hearing from Meghan, please.
How do we deal with it?
but so how do we deal with that? Like, how on earth, like,
he works for his mother.
I know. It's your brother. I'm not gonna say anything about your brother, but it's so obvious. It's like,
Well, it's even
All-
it's even more obvious that they're all trying to cover that. Again, Jason, the former aide of Meghan and Harry, as opposed to...
That's what I keep saying. I'm like, why are we talking about him as Her formulated not as the person who works for your brother.
That's why I'm now living in a different country. Because all the comms teams basically like try to outdo each other. But this is the contract, the symbiotic relationship between the two institutions working the best that it can.
My family, the frustration that's being caused to Harry by Prince William is just too much. It's unfathomable what Harry has had to go through because of William. So my family, William says that, it's highly unlikely that our, relationship with Harry will ever be the same again. William, I think Harry feels the same way. As a matter of fact, I believe he feels the same way. And that's why he wasn't afraid to mention your name. Because you have kept on pushing against Harry and Meghan, time and time again, pushing towards his wife bullied throughout the pregnancy. There comes a time where someone is fed up, and Harry and Meghan are clearly fed up with the lies, fed up with the smear campaign, and they are standing up for themselves. They are standing up for their family. Harry said that now that I have a family to protect, I will protect them. William has his own family. His wife, Kate Middleton, and his kids. Harry has his own family. His wife, Meghan, and his kids. That is Harry's family. And that is who Harry, should be loyal to. Is loyal to. And should protect. And that is what Harry has always done and tried to do. And he has never ever stopped. My family, so what do you think about William once again leaking against Harry? Right before his memoir Spare is out. Leaking, not just anywhere, leaking to the Sunday Times. My family, not just anywhere, the Sunday Times, my family. That is where William is leaking to. So clearly, it comes from the royal family. It comes from Prince William himself. And the same person actually promoted Jason, gave him a royal honor, Lieutenant of the Victorian, Order, LVO, just yesterday, is somehow concerned about what Harry might say after rubbing salt in the wound with him awarding Jason after what he did. My family, it's the hypocrisy for me. It's the entitlement for me. It's what it is. Entitlement. William has been entitled all of his life, privileged all of his life to be protected. He knew that he could get away with anything, and he always did. Harry took the fall. Harry took the blame. And William, was happy about that. He liked it that Harry took the blame for everything. And clearly, he wants it to be and remain that way. My family, it's important that Harry took his kids away from this place because his kids would have been scapegoats for George, Charlotte, and Lewis if they had stayed. So it's important that Harry took them away from there, my family. Now, what do you think about all of this, kindly? Out to your opinion, kindly. I can't wait for Prince Harry Memoir Spare. He who has done nothing wrong should not be afraid. I'm looking somewhere right now that is saying that there is no way back now for Harry. How many times will they say there is no way back for Prince Harry? After the 1 year review period, they hope that Harry will come back home alone. He did not. Then the Oprah interview. Then after the Oprah interview, then Harry does his Memoir Spare. Still, even today, still, to this day, after what he said in the documentary, after what he just said even right now, what I just played you, that's why I'm living in a different country. What part made them ever feel that Harry wants a way back? What part? You know, tabloids can't accept that they lost Harry. They can't accept that they can't control him. You know, they want control over him, over his life, over his narrative, the story. They want control, and they're angry. They just can't control Prince Harry. And they won't ever be able to control him. It's high time that they get that. My family, please tell me what you think about this, Kylie. I want your opinion, Kylie. And with that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and support Evergreen Family on YouTube. William, your scapegoat is gone. It's high time you come to terms and accept the scapegoat is gone. Harry is no longer your scapegoat. Accept it once and for all and move on with your life. Tabloids accept also that Harry does not want to come back. For once, accept it. He would much rather be Meghan's husband than your prince, and it makes them sick. It's high time they understand that. My family, can't wait for spare, and stay tuned to our next video. Love you all and forever, and God bless each and every single one of you. Stay tuned to our next video. Love you, Meghan, Harry, Archie, Bedana, and Dorian Ragland. And stay tuned to our next video. Love you always and forever. Hello, members of Zesco Family TV. First of all, I want to say thank you for all your support that you give us to our channel. We don't take it for granted that you support this channel. I want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for lending out your support and fighting against injustices, supporting Prince Harry and Meghan, showing them love. Love will always triumph over evil, and for that I say thank you. Good will always prevail over bad. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for joining this community, this amazing community of Zesco Family TV. I love you so much, family, from the bottom of my heart, and I wish you all the best. May you have a great day, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and learned a lot of things. With that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Leave a comment below, like, and subscribe. Love you, family, always and forever. Sayonara.